Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we'll be taking a look at Transformers The Last Night Premier Edition Deluxe Class Megatron. Now as you can tell, this is a Toys R Us exclusive by the giant sticker on the front of the packaging. This is a repaint with a new head sculpt of the IDW Megatron toy that came out as part of the Generations line a couple years ago, back when they used to include the single issues of the IDW comics. So this is definitely a mold we have seen before. As you can see, it's Megatron here, then he becomes this kind of flat stealth bomber. Looks really cool. I like it a lot. Originally, I was not going to pick this guy up, but Toys R Us was having a buy one, get one 40% off sale. And the color scheme is just really pretty. I like it a lot. It's kind of hard to see sunken back into this box, but of course we're going to get out of the packaging and take a closer look. So, let's go ahead and do that now. Alright, so here is Megatron out of the packaging. Let me get real close so you can take a look at this face sculpt because it is fantastic. It's kind of hard to see up close because it's very dark. All the color scheme for the face is very dark. But you can see he's got red eyes. I'm trying to get as close as possible. So he's got red eyes there. And then you can see his mouth. Let me see, maybe I can shine some light here in the front. There we go. How's that? So you can see the red eyes. You can see the helmet, which is similar to how he looks in the movie. He's got that kind of helmet that kind of frames the sides of his face there, and then has a little mouth. So very cool face sculpt. I like that a lot. I really do like that a lot. One of the major deciding factors for me wanting to pick up this figure. Also the color scheme. This dark kind of gunmetal gray with the gold and then the kind of royal purple really looks great. I love that the robot mode really has no kibble on the back. That's pretty fantastic. The transformation for this thing is really smart, and we'll get to that in a minute. Articulation wise, the head is on a ball joint, so that can go front to back, side to side. You have a kind of joint here in the shoulder as well as an actual ball joint where the actual top of the shoulder. Then you have a bicep swivel, which is very tight on mine. 90 degrees in the elbow. The fist swivels into the forearm, so no articulation there. No waist articulation. You want to make sure that this front part of the canopy is really pegged tightly into the purple part of the lower torso, because that really keeps the whole figure together. Ball joint in the hip. Thigh swivel. Little over 90 degrees for the knee, but that's because of the transformation. And then really you have a little bit of swivel here in the ankle, again for transformation. You want to make sure that these gold heels in the back are down, because that's really a big part of helping him stand. But yeah, it's a really excellent robot mode. I think he stands well. Nice amount. I was going to say nice bit and nice amount. Nice a bit of poseability here. He does come with these two accessories, which are the wings in the stealth bomber mode, and you can pull these out on both, and then you can peg them together. You just kind of sandwich them. There's two pegs on this. I think there's a peg on this side and a peg on this side, so you just kind of sandwich them together very simply, and then this peg goes into this peg hole in his forearm, and that is his arm fusion cannon. You can turn the bicep swivel so he can kind of hold it like that. It's not bad. I like the look of it. It kind of makes his arm really heavy. As you can see, mine's kind of drooping, which is kind of a bummer. If you just want him to be like this, it's not really a problem. And nice, his elbow is strong enough to accommodate it, so that's one nice thing. But if you just want to put this straight out, unfortunately it's a bit loose. If you swivel it like this, it kind of works. And I'll tilt this up so you can see that a little bit. So pretty cool. I like the look of it. I kind of like the look of the robot mode just as is without the cannon, but that's just me. But it's nice. It's a nice little figure to tide me over until Megatron's proper Voyager mode comes out, because that figure looks fantastic. This one's just kind of a nice homage. Since I'm assuming it's because since he's a jet in this movie, they decided to just take this jet, paint it like Megatron, and give it a Megatron head sculpt. But it works. I definitely like it. It swayed me. It was a figure when it was first announced. I definitely had no intention of picking up, but after seeing it in person, it looks really nice. So let's go ahead and get on to the transformation. Alright, so first thing to do, go ahead if you have the fusion cannon pegged together, take that apart, fold that little tab in, and then push that back together. And then you can just put these two pieces off to the side. Transformation is fairly simple, but I think it's really clever. I like it a lot. Start by rotating those fists into the forearm very simply. You can see up top here on the shoulders, there are these two spots where these kind of peg in, so you're going to just lift these up and they'll unpeg, and you can see how they work. It's just a like hook that pegs into the side there, so you can unpeg those, and then when you do that, this whole section is now free. You can unpeg here from the chest, as I talked about earlier, straighten this piece out, and then lift this whole thing up like this, and you can see how that kind of forms the whole top of the stealth bomber there. Make sure I have enough clearance here. The arms are just going to kind of hang off to the side for now, but you can see that there's this weird like accordion system going on in the shoulder, and you're just going to bring that completely down so that they're flat, and then forward so that it's flush with the front of the bomber, like that. And then repeat the same thing for the other shoulder. Oop, got pegged in again. And it seems like it should be really simple, but for some reason it always gives me trouble, and I don't really know why. I think it's because of the clearance. There we go. Move this forward. There we go. Alright, so now they're both pegged in up front there. Again, I don't know why that always gives me so much trouble. Come to the feet. You can fold up this, fold these feet back. Then you're going to rotate the legs straight up, turn this to the side, and fold it down. And then once you do that, the shoulder pad, the knee guard can fold in like that. So bring the foot all the way up, bring the knee down, swivel to the side, fold the knee pad in, and then bring these in. And when you do that, there's going to be these big tabs here. One right there and one right there. And they're going to peg in. And you have to go up a little bit higher, actually. And I'll try to show you right here. Right there. Right here on the other side of my thumb. Or finger. I don't even know my finger or my thumb anymore. Anyway. So you can kind of get these arms off to the side, get them in position, and then bring this up. And you can also see that there's a tab up here which is going to peg into the shoulder. So you just bring all this up and it'll all peg in nice and tight once you get it lined up. Why is it giving me trouble? There we go. At that point, once that's all kind of pegged in together, you can bring the shoulders in, or kind of the top part of the shoulder that's not connected to the torso, but the top of the arm. You can bring those in. And at this point, you're going to rotate these, and then there's a big tab here on the forearm that's going to peg into the side and just shore all of this up. Why is this shoulder giving me trouble? There we go. So when you're done, you have this really nice, compact, kind of like square or diamond shape. And then you're going to take the wings, and there's a little hook, and that's going to fit into that little loop. And you'll just do that on both sides. Oh, it's not transformed all the way. Why is it doing this? Oh, because that's probably in the way. Stupid little peg. So in any case, here is the stealth bomber when you're all done. I think it looks fantastic. It always mystifies me, and I was gonna say I can't believe how small and flat and compact this guy turns out to be when you're all said and done. Really nice toy engineering here. I really like it a lot. There is a landing gear underneath. You can pop that out. The other landing gear are molded into the arms here. So you can just sit it down right there. It's so flat. It's hilarious. You could have another Transformer ride on top. This is the only guy I had handy. One of these RID crash combiners. So yeah, I like this a lot. The color scheme's great. The transformation really impresses me. It impressed me back then when the figure originally came out, and it still impresses me to this day. How just perfectly flat and all, you know, compact this guy can become. Really impressive. So I think this is a fantastic figure. I really liked it back when it came out originally in the IDW Megatron color scheme. But I think it's a really great repaint. They've done a great job with this. The gold, the purple, the gunmetal gray, it all really works well together. And I love that new head sculpt for the Last Night Megatron head there. If you never picked up the original version of this toy, then I would say 100% go out and grab this thing. No reason not to. If you had the original mold and you don't really care about the repaint, I could understand passing on it. It's really going to be something that your mileage is going to vary because how much does the repaint matter to you? Did you have the original toy? All these factors are going to come into play. But for what you get, I think it's a nice figure. Fantastic transformation, wonderful color scheme, head sculpt's great. The fusion cannon is okay. It's kind of a bummer that the arm isn't super strong enough to hold it, but it works. You can still get some nice poses, and it could be just my figure. Not all will be that loose, I'm sure. The only problem is it is a Toys R Us exclusive, so you're going to pay the full $20 for it. Sometimes when you find figures at like Walmart, you can get away with like $16, which is a much nicer price. If you can get over there while they're still having the buy one, get one 40% off sale, then you effectively get it for 20% off, and it's totally worth it for that price in my opinion. But like I said, if you get stuck paying the full 20, I could understand how some people would want to pass. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Want to hear from you. Please like and share the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the DX Premier Edition. I guess it's not really DX, but the Premier Edition Deluxe Class Megatron repaint. It's just called Megatron, but there's going to be a lot of figures called Megatron in this line. Trust me. There's already 4, I think, between one-step changers and turbochargers and all kinds of crazy stuff. But it's Premier Edition Deluxe Class Megatron from Transformers The Last Night. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching.